measles, a childhood disease, is making a comeback in this country, and doctors are so worried. In the first 7 months of this year, 131 cases of measles were reported, and 97 of those cases, the child had not been vaccinated. However, the saddest thing is, parents are worried that as a result of vaccination, their children will be infected by mental retardation known as autism. We also have an exclusive footage with Dr. Samuel Katz, the creator of the measles vaccine.
Hi, this is Kishen and you're watching Channel 7 Health News. For today's headlines, we have the measles outbreak all over the globe, and it's kind of drastic, I must say, but we have the solution now these days, and it is the vaccine.
Childhood immunization rate is still high at more than 92%, but pediatricians say that this outbreak could not be ignored.
A very good day, Dr. David Emma. So, doctor, the number of measles cases in the country has been increasing lately due to less people being vaccinated. Do you agree with the statement?
Because as you get people who don't fully immunize their children, we're going to see more and more cases like this. And that's a very scary thing.
Doctor, what do you think might happen in the future if less people are being vaccinated?
Maybe sitting on a time bomb of illnesses that, quite frankly, we may not be ready for.
However, parents tend to refute the idea of vaccination. But why? We have the answer.
Despite the rising rate of measles, we wonder why parents are still against vaccination.
Some parents, they choose not to immunize their children with the vaccine because they think that the vaccine is far more dangerous than the disease itself. Why is it so?
We're more concerned about the rising rates of autism than contracting measles, honestly.
Nice to meet you. Me? Oh, I'm easier to get to know than my friend Tetanus, because I can live in the air. In fact, get this, someone with measles can sneeze, and a whole hour later, I can still be hanging around in the air, waiting for you to breathe me in. It's so simple. Then, once you get me, you can get a fever, a blotchy rash, red eyes, white spots in your mouth, seizures. You can't even die! Why, just a few years ago, I'm proud to say, I killed 89 kids in the US of A, and all from a little sneeze.
Hello? I'm sorry, we apologize for the interruption. Our system was actually hacked by a measles virus. Measles virus? However, we are back online. Unfortunately, not everyone can, enjoy the benefits of the vaccination because, there are people, there are different classes of people. So yeah, we have Mr. Aiman live interviewing Dr. John Lapook from Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons, New York. To you, Mr. Aiman.
Yeah, hello. We are so happy and glad to have Dr. John Lapook with us today. So, doctor, can everybody be immunized by this vaccine, or are there any restrictions to it? And if so, how can we protect those who cannot be immunized from this vaccine?
It's a real problem for people who cannot be immunized, like infants and cancer patients. Their protection comes from everybody else getting vaccinated.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. John Lapook. Now my second question is, where do these cases usually coming from?
Mostly from other countries. There are 20 million cases of measles around the world every single year. And when Americans travel abroad, if they're not protected against the measles virus, they can pick up the virus there, bring it back here, and very importantly, spread it to other people before they even realize they're infected.
Who
Who's that, Daddy? Me. That's who. Measles. For hundreds of years, me and my pussy mates have been going through you like wildfire. But fire made of pus and stuff. Always keeping the undertakers happy.
We are back! Bringing on next Mr. Zell from Casa Suban, interviewing a random person.
We have here Miss Vithya to answer our question on measles. So, Miss Vithya, how do you think we can prevent measles from spreading across the country?
Measles is actually a preventable disease, and I think that the best prevention could be none other than vaccination. As far as I know, the currently available vaccine has a very high success rate in preventing the spread of measles worldwide. From my knowledge, the first dose, children have the first dose of vaccine within the age range of 12 to 15 months, and the second dose is given at 4 to 6 years.
But Miss Vithya,
Listen.
Miss Vithya, how about...
Listen.
I'm sorry, Miss Vithya, but...
Listen. Let me speak. Other than that, I feel that good personal hygiene is fairly important. It could be as simple as washing our hands regularly. But then it depends on us whether we want to practice it or not. By not forgetting the governments, the NGOs, as well as the health-related organizations' role in raising public awareness. For instance, people should be alerted that they should limit contact with those who are infected with measles.
Thanks, Miss Vithya, for your time. So now back to Mr. Kishen.
Okay, before we sign off, we have an exclusive interview with Dr. Samuel Katz. Thank you for watching Channel 7 Health News. I'm Kishen, signing off. Bye-bye for now.
Well, measles is a virus infection. It's an infection that initially hits the respiratory tract, the throat, the eyes, the nose, and children have a high fever for 5 or 6 days. They develop runny eyes, which we call conjunctivitis, runny nose, which we call coryza, and cough, because the virus is down in the respiratory tract. So the 3 C's, cough, coryza, and conjunctivitis, and high fever. And then the rash appears. After that's gone on for about a week, and the rash begins. It's very reliable. It begins around the neck and the face and head, and then moves down onto the body and then onto the arms and legs. And after about 4 days, everything subsides. And that's it for the normal child. However, about 25 or 30% of individuals will develop pneumonia or middle ear infections or what's called epiglottitis as a complication of measles.